Hi, welcome. Today we're doing a fragrance video. I thought I would give you my thoughts and opinions of these vanilla scents that I have in my collection. So let's get into it. Let's just start off with basic. Basic being Victoria's Secret's Bare Vanilla. This, I guess, is everyone's kind of introduction into the black hole that we call vanilla fragrances. It's kind of plasticky in that it has a note of cashmere, and that's the note that kind of puts me off a little bit. To me, it gives it this body moisturizer, powdery scent to the vanilla. I like it to spray down my bed sheets. Overall, I'd give this a 5, 6 out of 10. Something to get your nose on for sure. Is it blind buy safe? Personally, I wouldn't think so. Another recent purchase that I'm actually not going to keep in my collection because I don't enjoy it is the Vanille by Outrema. If you're looking for absolute most basic vanilla, this is what you're looking for. It smells synthetic, but it does smell exactly like vanilla extract that you would bake with. The allure of smelling like vanilla extract, I understand, but it's one thing to smell like a snack and another thing to smell like vanilla extract. So keep that in mind. It has a zinginess to it. It's not like a fresh citrusy zinginess, but it's more like a zinginess of the oncoming headache that I will get when smelling this. Too much for me. I would give this a 4 out of 10. My personal opinions, I'm sure lots of people love to wear this and they smell amazing, but for me, no thanks. On a similar note though, this is like the extreme version of this, and this is Sud Pacifique Vanille Extreme. The name says it all. It's literally the exact same scent. It's got a little bit more coconut in it. This is really old. I purchased this in 2016 in Vancouver at a Sephora there. I remember the night I purchased it. I remember spraying myself down heavily and I choked myself out. I choked my father out. I choked my cousin out. But we all went and got cake afterwards. So maybe this kind of inspired everyone to go get some cake. But anyway, this is exactly what vanille smells like. It's just more intense and probably lasts a lot longer. I haven't worn this in forever, so I couldn't tell you, but from memory, it did linger. Sud Pacifique Vanille Extreme. Moving on, we're gonna go into one of my favorites. This is Sabrina Carpenter's Sweet Tooth. I don't know, I really like this. People think that this is a really basic vanilla, but I get a really heavy citrus note upon first spray, and then it becomes light, airy fragrance that is very sweet and smells like vanilla frosting and all things yummy. It does have a slight synthetic feel to it, but once applying it, I don't notice that at all. I love to wear this before bed. I don't know, there's something really cozy and warm about it. I mean, it doesn't last forever. By the morning, the scent's kind of dissipated on my clothes, but you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Sabrina Carpenter Sweet Tooth, I would give a solid 8 out of 10. Like, it's a really decent perfume. We're gonna smash through Lattafa. I have 3 here. We have Lattafa Eclair, Lattafa Nebraz, and Lattafa Yara Candy. I do have Yara, but I don't know where it is. And Yara Candy is kind of the same thing, except I personally enjoy it more. I've grown to love this. This has become a really nice gym scent for me. It smells like cranberries / throat lozenges, or a blackcurrant throat lozenge. I'll insert a picture here of the throat lozenges I have in mind, minus the menthol note. It does dry down to become quite creamy, which I enjoy. It's a really great sweet scent, fruity. I'm not getting candy from it, but a great one to try out if you're interested in a body spray type like scent. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Nebraz. Nebraz is a very vintage smelling vanilla to me. Honestly, I don't get much vanilla, maybe a little bit in the dry down, but more or less it's just pepper, like pink pepper. That's all I get from this. Do I like it? Yes. But then my friend pointed out that it smells super vintagey, which I understand. And by that, I mean like you walk into a vintage store or a secondhand clothing store. This is like that lingering scent that the store kind of has. That's kind of put me off it a little bit, but it's a great one to layer with. Give it a go. Not blind buy safe by any means. It's spicy. It's kind of thick and potentially coiling for some people. Powdery. It's peppery. It is Nebraz, and I would give it a 6 out of 10. One that I like a little bit more is Lattafa's Eclair. This is meant to be a dupe for Bianco Latte by Giordini Toscana. I would not purchase Bianco Latte if it smelled like this, just because I don't think it's worth the price tag. So if you want to go for a safer bet, Lattafa Eclair is the way to go. It is creamy, sweet, vanilla, perfumey, and that's kind of all I get. It's not super complex, it's simple. It's not a full-on gourmand, but it's leaning in the realm of gourmand. If you love a sweet fragrance, but you're not into the heavy, hardcore, duty, sniff, crumb couture kind of, you actually smell like butter and baked goods kind of thing, you will enjoy this because it doesn't lean that way. It's just very safe and a nice, universally adored, sweet vanilla scent. I would give this a 7 out of 10. D&G's Devotion. This is more or less a citrus scent. However, the dry down is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful vanilla. There is a, is it the extreme version? Or the intense version? It's a new one which cuts that citrus scent. And so you've just got this beautiful vanilla. It can be a little much though. It is quite sweet. This one in particular does smell like a lemon pound cake. I see where that comes from. Although sometimes I feel like this could be way too much. And so there's a very specific time and place I would ever wear this. This dabber bottle really helps in that I kind of wear it sparingly and I'm not spraying myself in it and choking out everyone around me. I would rate this a 7.5 out of 10. Next, let us go into Kayali's. We have Vanilla 28 OG. I'm sure you've heard a lot about this one. It's spicy. Oh, it's spicy. By no means is this a basic vanilla. I would not call this a basic vanilla. I would not call this vanilla extract at all. It's its own perfume. Yes, it layers well with every single thing that you could possibly put it with, but this also stands on its own. This is a great scent, totally blind buy safe. Funnily enough, when I first tried Kayali, maybe in 2020, I got a bunch to try out and I ended up selling my vanilla. So maybe it isn't blind buy safe, but I came back to it later on in life. So that's what matters. I would rate this a 9 out of 10. I think it's brilliant. You know, if I could afford the 100 ml, I would totally go there. More or less a bit more new within the Kayali collection. This is Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. I think this would be a hit or miss for a lot of people because it does carry this, I said it in a short, dupe home. I'm definitely saying it wrong, but this is what I'm talking about. And while it does smell a little bit like rock candy or grape candy upon first spritz, the dry down is perfection on this. I would rate this a 8 out of 10 just because it's not particularly my most favorite scent ever, but it's very enjoyable. And if you want to smell sweet, juicy, delicious, and a little bit of that vanilla at the end there, this is for you. Okay, 2 more. We've got 2 more. Let us go in with Escapade Gourmand by Maison Mataha. This is meant to be a vanilla fragrance. And this thing is the most gourmand I feel out of all of them. Escapade Gourmand is sweet, it's creamy, it's lactonic. It reminds me of Eclair but better blended. It also leans more gourmand than Eclair in my opinion, because I do get this popcorny note, yet all the notes kind of blend together. It feels like they've thrown in this kind of mentholy scent. It's very vague, but it kind of breaks up that density of the buttery, creamy, vanilla, caramel kind of scent. I would not call this blind buy safe at all if you're a gourmand lover. On the other hand, if you love your strawberry and pound cake scents from Bath & Body Works, this could be for sure something that you could blind buy. But for the price, I would just be careful. Just be careful. I would get your nose on a sample first. I would give it, just based on personal preference, a 6 out of 10. Finally, we are down to the last scent, and that is YSL Baby Cat. This reminds me most of Nebraska by Lattafa. This pink pepper note, or this pepper note, is so strong. Like, that's what you get until the dry down hits. And the dry down is beautiful, just where this really shines. It becomes this creamy oriental kind of vanilla. It gets sweeter, it's deep, it's amazing, but you have to wait like an hour or 2 until it really shines. This also has really, really long lasting power, so I can see why it's really, really expensive. This lasts on my clothes forever, I swear. Like, you wash them and you can probably still smell them. I think if you're in the market for something not super gourmand leaning, more sophisticated, night out, work time appropriate, I take that back, maybe not so work time appropriate. I imagine someone living in Paris and commuting back and forth would smell like this and they'd get away with it for sure. Would I purchase a full bottle? Absolutely not, because I can't afford that. But if I was gifted a bottle, you know, that's another story. There's a reason why it has a cult following, and it's a very sophisticated vanilla that kind of rounds out the whole line of vanillas that we've talked about here. So yes, that is all the vanillas I currently have in my collection. Do you have any of them? What are your thoughts? And if you have any that you think I should try, I want to get my nose on Fleur's Vanilla Skin because I know that's a big favorite. I've got Uno's Vanille Boys or something like that. I'll insert the photo here. I've got that waiting for me at home in Australia, as well as the lychee scent, Seven Virtues. But I think that's more lychee and rose, less vanilla. But those I have waiting for me back home, so you'll see a video on that, I'm sure, come December. That's my collection. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!